The football calendar moves to October in this 2024 season, and on Friday, number 1 of the new month, a showdown of Cabell County rivals unfolds as Huntington High invades Knight Stadium to square off with Cabell Midland. The Highlanders have won 3 of the first 4, while Midland is in search of victory number 1 as it deals with an uncharacteristic 0-3 start. It's the Battle of the Shield, Huntington and Cabell Midland, coming your way next on this latest edition of the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports. We welcome you inside Knight Stadium on the spacious campus of Cabell Midland High School in Ona, where tonight our latest edition of the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports, brings all of us one of the great rivalries in West Virginia high school football as Huntington and Cabell Midland get together for the 33rd time. Huntington 7th in the brand new Quad A class, looking to move to 4-1. Midland searches for that elusive first victory in 5 tries. The Knights are 16th in Quad A, coming into this home encounter. Greetings from Ona. We're just down the road, the Pumpkin Festival unfolding in Milton, along with our great FNR crew. Hannah Klein on the sidelines. I'm Mark Martin, and look who has returned to Friday Night Rivals, my buddy Jim Mahan, championship coach, former 2-time All-Stater. Jim, great to have you back. I hope the knee is mending nicely and you're ready for some football.
I'm excited and just honored to be with you, Mark.
All right, Huntington and Cabell, they have quite the series going down through the years. 33rd time, Midland leads at 18-14. They got the shield at the moment. They want to keep it. Huntington wants to take it away.
Yeah, Huntington's got that explosive offense, but, Cabell Midland's going to have to take care of the ball. That's for sure.
Let's look at some of the players that we will see here tonight. Now, we've had a chance to see this Huntington team already on FNR, and, of course, they have a talent galore staff of guys here, and one of them is senior Zod Jackson, the 2-time reigning Carl Lee Award winner as West Virginia's top defensive back. Can do it all in 3 phases. So far this season, the WVU recruit racking up yardage, catching, running, returning, and certainly he is an outstanding defender. Now let's talk about the Cabell Midland Knights. Again, it's been a tough road to hoe so far in season number 1 for head coach John Ashworth, but he's gotten steady play out of quarterback Ian Duffy, and Duffy has already thrown for about 500 yards this season for the Knights. Looking for big things here tonight as he goes up against this uber-talented Huntington High football team. So we look forward to it, and we will be bringing you the showdown momentarily here from inside Knight Stadium as Cabell Midland entertains Huntington on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports. Getting close to the start of tonight's matchup between visiting Huntington and the Cabell Midland Knights, a matchup falling on this first Friday in October. Our title sponsor is Parmar. If there isn't a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. Time for the coin flip with referee Brian Holstein down to Hannah Klein.
Okay, Mr. Holstein, Mr. Hudson. Huntington, you're the visitors. You're going to call the coin toss. Here's a heads, here's a tails, here's a tails, and here's a heads. Before I flip it, say loud enough what you call so number 2 can hear you. What do you call?
Heads.
What do you say?
Heads.
Correct. It's the tails. You win the toss. Kick, receiver, defer. Cabell Midland wins the toss and defers. You want to kick away from the scoreboard, correct? Red, you go over there. White, you right here beside me. Huntington will receive. Shake hands. Good luck.
All right, coin flip has taken place. Battle of the Shield. Great job by veteran Brian Holstein. 26 years out of St. Albans. Zach Hudson is the umpire. Teray Johnson is the field judge. Will Holland is the side judge. Matthew Vance, the line judge. C.J. Terrell is the linesman. So Cabell Midland will send it Huntington's way to start this game. Kickoffs for tonight's game are sponsored by OVP Health, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999.
Yeah, Mark, tough job really for the officials. We're always trying to look for good ones, but you know, the best officials are the ones that you don't even recognize in the game because the game flows so smoothly. But this is a good crew. It's a veteran crew, so I expect them to be right on the calls tonight.
And again, the Secondary School Activities Commission always, searching for great officials.
Absolutely.
Led by David Price, the SSAC, the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission, which oversees all the West Virginia high school athletics. So it will be Andrew LaFawn to drill it, and he drills it deep. And there's a good start for the Knights.
Don't have to worry about him having enough leg. That was about 8 deep in the end zone. That's a 68-yard kickoff with 0 return from the Highlanders, so they'll set up shop there.
Our starting lineups are sponsored by the West Virginia State Police, formed in 1919. The West Virginia State Police is the nation's 4th oldest police organization. The West Virginia State Police want to remind you, drive sober or get pulled over. So it's Huntington on offense first in this football game, and they'll give it to Keegan Sack to get it going. Sack, the 5'11", 195-pound senior, who is going to the Air Force Academy.
He's going to be their workhorse, Mark. They're going to be looking at how well Highlanders get off the ball and stay on their blocks to free him up.
Zaw Jackson now in the backfield. Vontae Crawford is the quarterback for this Highlander team. And we have a flag down.
Looks like it's against Cabell Midland.
Cabell Midland leads the overall series 18-14. Cabell Midland with 687 victories coming in. School was formed in 1994. Consolidation of Milton and Barbersville. There's Avante Crawford, outstanding athlete, just one of many that this team has. And then give it to Keegan Sack. And Sack maneuvering for nice yardage. Keegan Sack will take it to the 46-yard line. A 17-yard pickup.
Yeah, Sack did a nice job. The hole really wasn't there off the right side, that 2-hole, A, B slot, whatever. So he just bounced it outside.
First downs being sponsored by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. And Keegan Sack giving us a stay focused, don't drive distracted first down from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. So fresh set of downs here for the green and gold-clad Huntington High Highlanders, and launch it out on the near side. Well, they just got guys that can make you miss, and one of them is Jamari Tubbs, who is still on his feet as he takes the pass and then is finally taken down at the 27-yard line. Nearly a 20-yard pickup.
Yeah, a nice throw out by Crawford to Tubbs. The senior collected it, Mark, and got him some yak there, yards after reception.
So you have sack and Zaw Jackson in the backfield. Jackson gets the call, slants off the left-hand side and takes it to the 19-yard line. Nice run there by Zaw Jackson, about an 8-yard pickup, and that places him in the Glenville State University red zone. Glenville State University prepares and inspires students to be thoughtful, productive, engaged, and responsible citizens who contribute to the well-being of their community, state, nation, and world. Pioneer your future. Second down play here. Crawford pitches it out. Sack. Looking to turn the corner, and Keegan Sack. Nice footwork there by Sack. He gets that first down, takes it to the 11, 9-yard gain.
What made that so successful, Mark? You saw Zaw Jackson out on the edge, staying on his block, kicking him out, giving Sack enough chance to cut back inside and get a good gain.
Defensive end Cade Baker made the stop, playing a lot better each week, according to head coach John Ashworth. We mentioned Midland, formed in 1994. A couple of years later, Huntington High taking old Huntington High, the Pony Express, and Huntington East, the Highlanders, to form Huntington High. Here is the handoff, and here's Keegan Sack, and he just finds the opening straight ahead. Keegan Sack is in the end zone for the touchdown.
It kind of changed his mind, Mark. He looked like he was going to bounce outside, and then just saw that seam right off that left tackle and just went right after. Mason Ramsey, the junior, one of the captains here on the squad tonight for them, was able to get a seam for him, and he just burst right through the middle.
This season, touchdowns are sponsored by the University of Rio Grande. There is something special about Rio. Here you'll find your place amongst friends and professors who want to see your success. Join the Rio family, and Jordan Price with the extra point delivers it. And Keegan Sack has the Highlanders on the board here in Ona. And we take a break here with the Highlanders up by 7. Midland getting the ball when we return on FNR.
All right, so this is the best part of being right here at Cabell Midland High is as soon as the team comes out, if you've never been to one of their games, they're led in by a motorcycle. And this is Brian Massey. Now, your son plays on the football team, and you've been doing this how many years?
I think this is my 5th year doing it, riding out for the team.
And you got to tell me a little bit about this bike, Electric Green. Talk a little bit about it.
It's a CVO Street Glide, Harley Davidson, and it's one of the special models I got that year, and the collar is actually called Kryptonite Green. So, big Marshall fan, and so it kind of worked out. Picked it up there several years ago.
So your son is number 2, correct? And he's a senior. Are you going to be doing this next year, or what's the next step?
Oh, I think that's a pretty hot question. I don't know. I know, you never know. I might do it. I've enjoyed it doing all these years for the other kids and my son too, and I don't know. I might do it. I might do it on some special occasions. How about that? I don't want to make any promises tonight.
Well, it's a history that should be carried on, right?
Absolutely. Hopefully, there was people doing it before me, and I hope some people come in after me and take up the charge.
Awesome. All right, Brian. Well, we're going to take a little ride, and Mark, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Hannah. Great job. OVP Health Kickoff now coming up. And we will bring you our Mark A. Hunt and Associates scoring recap. Didn't take long for the Highlanders, and knuckleball kick here. And it will be scooped up there by Marcus Dean. And here comes Dean. And cruises his way to the 35-yard line. Scoring summary presented by Mark A. Hunt and Associates Attorneys at Law. 6 plays, 80 yards, 3:04 off the clock. And Keegan Sack getting his 11th touchdown of the season. And Jordan Price is now 6 of 7 in the extra point department. So now here come the Knights. They got to come right back, Jim.
Yeah, they just need to get ball controls, take care of the ball, and have a methodical drive. Just try to take care of that line of scrimmage up front.
Yeah, nice return by Dean of 32 yards. Snap, and in trouble behind the line of scrimmage is Dean. So now again, Duffy's the starting quarterback, but Coach John Ashworth said expect a lot of different looks here tonight. We're going to pull out all stops as we look at that Midland offense. They got some good backs there in Hobbs and Massey, Jim, and Caden Pauley's very talented. You could see him in the backfield tonight. And they got a very young line, Benjamin Williams, young man whose father Mike was a great player, Beckley Woodrow Wilson, and then blocked for Chad Pennington at Marshall.
Yeah, then they got a sophomore in the lineup too at Braden's Armstrong, centering the ball, and that little bit of an exchange there. And it's not the way Midland wanted to start this series. So see what they can do on this play.
You're just going to kind of line up in that single wing, like what Bridgeport will hit you with. And here's Dean again. Dean's very talented, but not going to get much there as the Highlanders await Dean.
Yeah, a lot of bodies spreading that out. You get Braxton Mount there, the junior defensive line, number 44. And they have 4 seniors on this defensive front at 4-3 that they're running. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs. So pretty experienced, a lot of speed, Mark. They go to the ball really well.
Now that first bad snap putting the Knights in a hole here. Braden Armstead is the center. Hand it off, and nowhere to go. Not much running room at all for Andrew LaFawn. Good job by Huntington's defense.
Yeah, Landon Miller saw that when he just kind of stayed where he was. It was a little bit of a delay, kind of like a delayed draw there. They thought they were going to get the linebackers and D-backs to go out deep, and they kind of stayed home. Nice job by Miller and the group. He's a senior also.
Thomas Gibson is an excellent punter. Armstead is the snapper, and Gibson gets it away. And Zod Jackson back there, and it's going to be downed at the 33-yard line. So Huntington gets the football right back here after scoring on that opening drive of the game. Tonight's closed captioning is exclusively brought to you by the Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia's personal injury victims since 1974. Gibson firing off a 36-yard punt. So Huntington opened, Jim, with an exciting win over Hurricane, 38-35. there at McGee Field, Redskins Stadium in Hurricane. Blocked a field goal that would have tied it. Keegan Sack on the move, and Sack with the nice run there.
Yeah, Markey doesn't look that big, but he's 195 pounds, 5'11". He just has a dispensation not to go down during his runs. He has great balance, as you saw there. They're trying to sling him around by the jersey.
Linebacker Landon Taylor, a junior, brought him down. He's the nephew of former Hurricane coach Jeremy Taylor, who coached at Hurricane for 10 seasons, one of our favorites.
Class act all the way.
Jeremy won an FNR game over Huntington back in 2020. Well, Crawford was looking for Zod Jackson, and he wasn't there, but well, this is when you know things are going right. Zod Jackson turning on the Jets. He's at the 30, makes a move. Zod Jackson will score. No flags.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Touchdowns sponsored by the University of Rio Grande. Well,
Mark, I will say it's probably a busted play because Zod Jackson went in motion out to the right, and then Crawford's kind of stuck thinking, where's he going to go? And he just kind of lateraled it to him, and then Crawford has the key block to spring him loose.
Tavion Wilson is the holder for Price. Snapper is Grady Franks, and the Price is right on the extra point. And Zod Jackson.
One of the longest laterals I've seen, but here's this key block right there from Avante Crawford, and off Zod Jackson goes. What a cutback that was.
59 yards for the WVU recruit, and it is the Highlanders on top of the night. So Cabell Midland by a count of 14-0 here on FNR.
Big Sandy Superstore.
Back inside Knights Stadium here on the campus of Cabell Midland High School in Ona. Our Mark A. Hunt and Associates scoring summary. 2 plays, 67 yards, 101 off the clock, and a scintillating 59-yard run by WVU recruit Zod Jackson on a busted play. And the Highlanders, 2 possessions, Jim Mahan, 2 scores.
2 possessions, 2 scores. Crawford kind of wanted to hand it off, it looked like, to Zod Jackson. He just kept floating out there to the right, and he just, one of those just kind of desperation pitches, and then he cuts back against the grain and makes the most out of nothing that's there. And what a wonderful run. It's just spectacular skill.
Billy Seals may say, hey, let's just kind of put that in the offensive playbook, see how it goes. All right, another OVP Health kickoff for the Highlanders, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. So Price will tee it up.
Our wonderful lady cheerleaders down there will be passing out.
So Huntington, they won that game over Hurricane we spoke of, 38-35. Then they went to Martinsburg, lost 47-15, and have since down St. Albans and Riverside. Had an open date. Midland opened the season against Ironton, who's having an outstanding season in Ohio. That great program. That was Ironton's 3rd game, and it was Midland's opener. Midland was open on week 1 of the season. Price bangs this one deep, and Dean, who had that nice return a moment ago, will not be able to collect this one and take it out. Then it was a tight game with George Washington, 21-13. 49-14, they lost to Spring Valley, who's looking good, and Hurricanes looking good. It was 48-7. So here come the Knights. Got to get something going here after two nice drives, and, of course, the big run by Zaw Jackson. So Keegan sack and Zaw Jackson. You want to say 1-2 punch, but there's so many punches.
They have so many other weapons besides Zaw Jackson and Keegan sack. They also have Crawford, and they've got Jamari Tubbs is his favorite receiver. Doesn't look like he's really trying to throw to him, not that he needs to. Cabell needs to establish some positive yardage off of the initial plays. They got themselves in a hole, and it kind of limited what they could call there in that first series. It probably took them off their script, so maybe they can put a couple first downs together here.
Well, they're bunched in tight. Snap it, and not much running room at all. That's Caden Pauley. So Pauley, good with the football in his hands. He's a 6'2", 190 senior. I mean, started the season as a wide receiver on the offensive side, but on that play, he was the man in which they snap it to. He comes over to get the call.
They're fairly equal size-wise up front in terms of experience, Mark, from the front four of Huntington, but Huntington's only given up 88 points this year, and half of those, more than half of those, was against Martinsburg.
Well, we have whistles here. What John Ashworth said about this rivalry game. We'll get the call here in a moment from Brian Holstein. No, it's going to be offsides against the Highlanders. There we go. There's Brian.
Yeah. That'll certainly help Cabell Midland kind of look into that playbook and see where they are. Both teams have had an offsides now, so each of them sitting on 5 yards of penalties.
Second down. Snap it into the hands of Pauley, and Pauley. Check that, Landon Taylor on the call there. And that will be a first down for the Knights of Cabell Midland. Stay focused. Don't drive distracted. First down from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
It's a good job by Taylor kind of weaving in and out and getting enough yardage for first down. And that's exactly what John Ashworth wants to see is ball control and not turn the ball over and steadily move that ball down the field.
Coach Ashworth talking about the Shield rivalry, something the kids hold near and dear to them. Again, Midland applying a new offense here in this game to go up against this. Well, another encroachment by the Highlanders.
Well, they're not jumping, Mark, so it has to be an alignment issue. They're inside that neutral zone, and the officials should be saying, hey, you're lining up, you need to move back a little bit more. I'm not seeing any early jumping like, anticipating the snap count and jumping. It just looks like an alignment issue from that front four of Huntington.
In this Cabell Midland offensive line, very young. The snap and into the hands of Dean, and Dean will be taken down there. Good pursuit by the Huntington defensive front, and making the stop there was Wyatt Atkins. So it will be second down and 7. Again, if you are Midland, and not just Midland, but a lot of teams going to try to slow the game down and, against Huntington, try to keep it out of the hands. See the rushing yards there. Now snap it and grinding away.
They got some good drive on that, Mark, but some laundry on the field, and I'm pretty sure it was a holding, the preliminary holding against Cabell Midland, I believe.
Landon Taylor carried the football. Landon Miller made the stop.
And we got a face mask. Another penalty against Huntington Highlanders. Really nice job of pushing and driving and keeping that ball moving forward and getting some forward progress. And then in addition to the penalty, again, moving the sticks forward. That's exactly what Coach Ashworth is looking for.
I'll tell you what, that is now 3 consecutive penalties for this Highlander prevent unit. So another first down, sponsored by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. And that single wing, and slip it on the inside there to Andrew LaFawn. Boy, Jim, and they're all bunched in there together. Really got to keep an eye on who is actually going to get that ball. Who's it going to be snapped to? And then who, are they going to keep it, or are they going to hand it off to someone? Penalty situation at the moment here. And again, our stats throughout the night.
The incomparable.
Presented by the Jacobs Law Firm. Attorney Pat Jacobs has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. Second down play. This is Taylor. Boy, Taylor rocked there.
Yeah,
Good tackle made by Landon Miller.
He just zoned in on that one, just kind of fed the hole, scraped where he's supposed to go, didn't overshoot it, just settled in, didn't overshoot the play, and had a really nice solo tackle there.
Pick up a 1 on the play. Brings up third down and 6.
Billy Seals been at it 16 years at Huntington High. Gunning for win number 128 his career. John Ashworth searching for that first in his first year with the Knights. Snap it back, and here is Duffy, the quarterback. And Duffy does a nice job running the football there, and Cabell Midland will move those chains once again here on this drive. And again, our first downs in this opening quarter, along with the third quarter. The West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program bringing us a stay focused, don't drive distracted first down. So just some momentum here for the Knights, desperately needed after falling behind Jim 14-0.
And ought to give that line some confidence to know that they can move the ball. And Duffy did an excellent job of following his blocks to get that first down for the Knights.
Duffy handing it off, and a nice piece of running there by Andrew LaFawn. Coach Ashworth telling us that LaFawn's just a kid that's really starting to come into his own. He's a baseball player. Of course, Cabell Midland coming off a Class AAA state baseball title this past spring. Once again, boy, they've just had some excellent baseball teams here at Midland. Excellent cross-country teams. They've had a lot of great athletic teams along with Huntington High. Beautiful night for football, and we have played a quarter in this latest Battle of the Shield, and it's the Highlanders of Huntington up on Cabell Midland 14-0. Back for the second quarter in a moment on FNR.
would like to congratulate Ella Austin from Huntington High School.
Wonderful work by our crew here tonight early on, including our drone shots from Mr. John Yost. What a shot there as we get set for this second quarter of play. Cabell Midland and Huntington High. Let's head down to Hannah Klein. Hannah?
All right, Mark, we're really focusing tonight on the band here at Cabell Midland High School. Now, this is Marcus. Marcus is the drum major. Now, you guys are wearing yellow tonight. You have to kind of walk me through exactly what the meaning is for these yellow shirts.
Well, these yellow shirts represent childhood cancer awareness, and we're wearing them to raise awareness, of course, and provide our support.
And I know the shirts, I know it's maybe a little bit difficult to see, but each of the shirts represents a child that is currently going through cancer or has also passed away from childhood cancer. And it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So kind of switching gears, we really want to talk about you specifically. Now, you're a drum major, you're a senior. Talk to me about those next steps in life.
Well, of course, I've got to finish out the rest of band season, but after that, it's college application season as well. So I've got to work through that.
What's the decision? Ohio State? Where do you want to go?
Ohio State's on the list, but it's probably MIT. That's the dream.
It's really impressive, and I know you were talking about that process exactly. What's next for you?
Well, for right now, I'm currently working on my national merit application. I'm a national merit semifinalist, one of 16,000 in the country. So I'm working on that, and of course, working through my college applications.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, and Mark, will go ahead and sit it back.
All right, Hannah, thank you so much. First downs here in the second quarter being sponsored by the University of Charleston. Relationship rich, career relevant, be a part of the fastest growing institution in West Virginia. Midland continues this drive, and they've been aided by some penalties. Taylor takes the snap, hops over some defenders, and gets the football to the 25-yard line.
Kind of congested in there, Mark, but he just hopped right over that and got 3 or 4 of the tough sledding way. They have methodically, the Knights have marched down the field. This drive started on their 20 off of that kickoff from Price, and they've moved the ball fairly well. They've been recipient a couple of penalties for first downs, but the line is starting to establish themselves a little bit, stay on their blocks a little bit longer, so they really need to get some points on this drive.
Keegan Sack, who likely will be a defender at the next level. Again, he has committed to Air Force. Made the stop there. So it was a 3-yard pickup for the Knights. Trying to carve into this early Huntington High 14-point lead. Scoring on first 2 possessions in that first quarter. Bad snap. And going back and unable to get on top of it. Ball is loose and scooped up. And Tavian Chandler is going to take it the other way for a touchdown. How unfortunate for Cabell Midland and Chandler. Johnny on the spot.
I could see them having those jitters the first series when they had that bad snap, the very first play of the game. But now they've gotten into the flow of the game and how it's gone, and it's not something you would expect.
So again, nice play there on defense. Heads up by Tavian Chandler, 6'3", 170, a senior.
Mark is a good learning example. You know, Coach Ashworth will tell his kid right here at this point, hey, we were moving the ball. You know, you're not going to get anything out of this busted play. Just fall on the ball. Let's live for another day. Don't try to scoop it up, and I think that's where the mistake was made from Duffy, trying to scoop it up and make something out of nothing.
So Price looking for his 3rd extra point of the night, and some problems with Brian Holstein's microphone there, but the penalty goes against the Highlanders.
We'll set him back 5 yards for Jordan Price to, given his accuracy and where he's been so far in this game, this should not be any more of a task for him.
And again, what a play by Tavian Chandler. Kick is up, and this time Tavian Wilson. Well, it was anyone's ball, and Chandler finally scoops it up and takes it to the house for a score. Scoring summary, Mark A. Hunt and Associates, attorneys at law, 49-yard score for the Highlanders. And boy, just when Cabell Midland, they had something going, and just again implementing a new offense here in this game against this high-powered Highlander team. But they got to feel good, as you said, Jim, just to
moving the ball. That was a mistake. It's very unfortunate. So it's just that, and the other thing, and I'll correct myself, that ball took a really funny bounce against Caleb Kitchen there, and he didn't get a chance to really pounce on it like he did. But, hats off to Tavian Chandler, who was right on the spot, scooped that one up 49 yards later, got some points on the board for the Highlanders.
So following the touchdown, which is sponsored by the University of Rio Grande, we have another OVP Health kickoff here, and it will be Price who has it teed up. And Dean is back deep, and will he get a chance? No, he will not. So right now, first downs, Huntington has 5, Midland 4. Midland's ran 14 plays to Huntington's 8, but Huntington with 142 yards, so just 4 for Midland through 2 possessions.
Wow. Even with that drive, that good drive that Midland had starting at their 20, they still had some plays that really put them in a hole. They really weren't getting anything explosive, and they have had no play over more than 6 yards in any time they possess the ball. So they're going to have to try to, like you said, Mark, they need to spread out a little bit more. They're so congested in there. It's kind of hard to do any sledding when they've got 8 guys in that box.
Snap it to Duffy. Duffy looking, and Duffy will make something out of nothing there. Didn't look like there was going to be a whole lot there for Ian Duffy, number 10. But the quarterback for this Midland team, the traditional quarterback, Landon Miller, makes the stop. Billy Seals' coaching staff, consisting of Brent Terry, Willie Wilson, C.J. Crawford, Ray Brooks, Cody Carter, Zach Freeman, Mike Owens, Ronnie Smith, Bob Watts, Billy Ross. Some great names there. Cody Carter was an outstanding player here, went to the University of Charleston, played for a couple of seasons, said, I'm going to try my hand at Division I, went to Marshall, and did some nice things there. Here is Duffy looking to throw, and the ball goes out of bounds, our first pass.
And first pass of the game from either team. And trying to do it on the short side of the field, you kind of run out of that real estate pretty quickly, and Duffy was under some pressure, did a nice job of just throwing it away, not trying to force it in there. They've already had that one turnover.
Brings up 3rd down and 7. Cabell Midland staff, Eric Fetty, Eric Smith, Cody Ballingy, Twan Pugh, John Castlegrand, Brent Booker, Sean Simpkins, Dylan Fain, Hunter Niebergall, Luke Hatfield, Jason Harris, and Josh Harris. Play here for the Knights. Like to keep things going here. Give it to Duffy. Duffy then hands it off, and going to be short of the first down as Marcus Dean got the call, but he's going to be just short of the first down.
Mark, that was a great block by the left guard, Benjamin Williams, the junior.
Yeah, Williams,
62.
Yeah, Williams is outstanding, no doubt about it. Tonight's closed captioning is exclusively brought to you by the Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia's personal injury victims since 1974. Gibson with the kick, and that one, I think, came off the side of his foot, unfortunately. So the Highlanders are going to have pretty good field position here.
Yeah, they're going to start on the positive side of the 50-yard line. The Cabell Midland Knight side, that was not a good, did go off the side of his foot. He wasn't really pressured. I think maybe just a lack of concentration there.
Well, one of my favorite times of the week, spending studio work with Kenny Bass. Friday Night Football Extra, 11:10 on WCHS-TV around the region. 9-yard punt. Robert Stegall is our statistician for tonight's game. So Highlanders go back to work. Seems like it's been a while, Jim, since they've been on offense. Here's Avante Crawford standing tall, firing, and a man is there for the catch. And it's going to be, is he in?
No, he's out down at the 1.
Wow, what a grab by Tavion Wilson. Check that.
Tavion Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler made the grab.
Great grab, but they did have him down at the 1, Mark. It was a good call by the officials.
Puts them in the Glenville State University red zone. So Chandler, what a game he's having. Yeah. Chandler with the fumble recovery of 49 yards for a touchdown in that magnificent 35-yard catch. Crawford going to await the snap here and throws it over in the corner, and that is a touchdown.
Jamari Tubbs, his favorite receiver that he normally targets, Mark, is a great out pattern by Tubbs. He was able to catch it, kind of that left shoulder throw.
And just like that, the Highlanders in the end zone again. University of Rio Grande touchdown. Join the Rio family. Price looking to add to his point total here tonight. Jamari Tubbs with his second touchdown of the season. Wilson the holder, Price lifting it up, and here's another look at that TD. What a catch.
Yeah, great catch, great over the shoulders. Anybody who's going to catch it is going to be Jamari Tubbs.
And Cannon Dillon had pretty good coverage there.
Really did.
High above here at beautiful Knights Stadium. Huntington on top of the Knights, 28-0 on FNR. Tonight's Smile Cam is brought to you exclusively by Kolaski Orthodontics, where your perfect smile begins. Well, it is Huntington back on the board once again. Avante Crawford with his 8th touchdown pass of the season. Our Mark A. Hunt and Associates scoring summary, 2 plays, 36 yards, just 38 seconds. Of course, the nifty grab was made by Tavion Chandler of 35 yards. And again, you go back to, well, how did they get in that position? You know, unfortunately, the bad punt.
Right.
And
if you knew it was going to be that kind of punt, you would have probably went for it on 4th down. Because you weren't even close to the first down anyway.
So big swing and momentum here. It was 14-0. Midland was on the move. They fumble. Huntington High cashes in with the defensive touchdown and now have added yet another offensive score. And Price, he is going to bury another one. Boy, I tell you what
a
kick.
70 yards right there.
What a kick.
You know, Mark, I think this is a character check possession for Cabell Midland. Yeah, they're down 28-0, but don't go out of the rhythm of what you've been doing. You've been doing some things really well. You've been controlling the line of scrimmage at times, but you've had some turnovers. Take care of the ball, methodically go down, get yourself something. Remember, we got 8 minutes to go. They want to control the ball, but who gets the ball to start third quarter? Cabell Midland does. So they get a chance for 2 for 1 here if they don't take themselves out of their game.
Well, Coach John Ashworth said the one thing he's loving about this team right now, there has been no quit. Again, back-breaking early schedule for this team. I mean, it's tough enough playing Ironton when you play just as many games. Nice job there by Pauly on that snap.
You got 2 guys that line up. You see Pauly lines up like that sometimes, and then you also see Duffy will line up like that. So they're kind of splitting where the center is, and we was talking a little bit about this earlier in terms of the center. Braden Armstrong, who's a good one, but he's just a sophomore, so he's kind of learning the system. And you talked about, Coach Ashworth bringing in this kind of new philosophy, a little bit different. He learned something from all the different coaches he's been under, but it's got to be his type of offense that he's comfortable with.
Tonight's streaming sponsor brought to you by Jan Deals. We won't take no for an answer. 2nd down 9. Trying to get to the outside, but there's nowhere to roam there for Landon Taylor. John Ashworth among his mentors. Rich Rodriguez. Jacksonville State's been at ODU. We'll meet both coaches as we move along here with their resumes.
And to say that John Ashworth is a traveling man would be a gross understatement. The guy's been around the block a few times and then some.
Proud graduate of Polka High School. Of course, Billy Seals, Tennessee native, played for Sam Retigliano at Liberty University, where he was an All-American tight end. Snap it into the hands of Taylor, and then he hands it off to LaFawn, and just nothing happening there, and that's going to bring Gibson back on. And obviously this young man, who is an excellent punter, going to redeem himself here.
Yeah, good stop there by the defensive lineman at Max Bowen, the junior. He did a good job of reading that one, just staying at home where he was supposed to be.
Ball is at the 22. Gibson gets this one away, and boy, nice snag there by Zod Jackson. And Jackson now wanting to go the other way again. Zod Jackson, dangerous in open space, will take it to the 28-yard line. Now, if you are an opposing coach, when you see number 8 with the ball, you just hold your breath.
Well, you want to kick it away from him is what you want to do, because this creativity that has a decent job on the punt, a little bit of a line drive. As you see, Zod Jackson wants to go to the right, tries to bounce it outside. He's got that great field vision, but what he has that you can't coach, speed. Once he gets around that corner and he's off and running, he's got a little bit of a caravan in front of him.
So Zod Jackson returns it to the 27, 31-yard return. Avante Crawford awaits the snap, hands it to Keegan Sack, and Sack finds the opening and will be wrestled down at the 14-yard line. Dean on the stop. And also in there on the tackle for Cabell Midland and Cannon Dillon. So they will now operate in the Glenville State University red zone, that being the Highlanders, as they try to add to this lead that is at 28-0. Crawford handing it off. Sack again. Sack shedding one tackler. Sack keeps going, and Sack is in for the touchdown. Second of the night.
That was incredible effort by Keegan Sack. Mark, he just wouldn't go down. I think there was about 6 hands that were on him, had a chance to tackle him, but he just refused to go down. See him bouncing out there. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. He spins around again. He hops, and then he dives for the end zone, and, of course, he makes it.
Price on to kick. Wilson the holder. Grady Franks, the snapper. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. And in this 33rd meeting between Midland and Huntington, Battle of the Shield, Huntington on top 35-0. Back to Ona in a moment.
Well, we're here with one of our many sponsors for Friday Night Rivals. Now, this is Scott Shepard. Now, you're the general manager for Downtown Ford right here in Charleston. Tell me a little bit. You guys are actually the official sponsors this year for our Scholar Athletes. Why is this so important?
Yeah, thanks. Very important for us that we give back to the community. We not only want to service the community and their automobile needs, but we also want to help out with stuff like this.
And I know you were talking earlier off camera that you guys want to continue this in the years to come.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime we can give back to the community, especially the kids, we want to take advantage of that.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you, and we'll have more after this.
Mark A. Hunt and Associates Attorneys at Law scoring summary for Huntington High only took them two plays, 27 yards, 38 seconds off the clock. Keegan Sack with his second touchdown of the night got the Highlanders on the board with an 11-yard dart to the end zone.
And that setup was made by Zod Jackson with that wonderful punt return to us. They had such a short field, terrible disadvantage for Cabell Midland defense. Try to stop that talented Highlander offense.
Well, again, a 14-0 game, and Midland was on the move. Unfortunately, they fumble the ball. Tavian Chandler picks it up, takes it 49 yards for the score, and well, that was a big momentum swing. And since then, the Highlanders have tacked on a couple more. Chandler on a reception, Sack on that 1-yard run. Great shot there from high above here at Knights Stadium. A lot going on here in the area. It's homecoming at Marshall University, and of course right here, this end of the county, the Pumpkin Festival in Milton. Had a pumpkin donut earlier that my buddy John Yost, who's flying the drone tonight, gave me, and Dean has to watch that one land again. You look around the venue here, Jim, and you see the track, and you think of the great Chris Parsons, the Chris Parsons track, who has won multiple championships both in track and field and in cross country, longtime athletic director. And, of course, relinquished those duties a few years back, and now under the watchful eyes of Jason Bankston, who's doing a great job, and many thanks to him and Matthew Atkins and his great staff here at Midland, Kelly Daniels, Danny Harbert, Casey Crawford, Amy Cameron, Jared Collins. So the Knights with the football down 35-0, and roaming for yardage is Dean. Well, Dean is electric with the ball in his hands, but of course he's going up against a team that's electric. Just a lot of good players there on that Huntington side of the ball, not only offensively but defensively. Bryce Winkfield, a junior linebacker, he made the stop there.
They only have 4 seniors on that starting line on the defense, or not line, but actual defensive unit. So in terms of 7 guys coming back with that group, that's pretty good.
Second down and 7. And again, they go with that single wing and just never sure where exactly the ball is going, as Pauly got the call there, had to snap to him. Big Sandy Superstore donates $500 to the homeschool for hosting Friday night rivals, and they are the one-stop shop for all of your home furnishings and appliance needs. Big Sandy Superstore. Cabell Midland needs a big play right here.
Yeah, they do. We need to keep an eye on Pauly. Just hopped off the field. Caden Pauly did. Looked like it had an ankle injury, and in came Landon Taylor to replace him, number 4.
Knights 1 of 4 in first down attempts here. They have Caleb Kitchen in the game as well there in the backfield. Timeout by the Knights, and we take time for Hannah down below.
Oh, thanks, Mark. It's a game rich in history here in Cabell County. The battle for the Shield, half green and gold, half scarlet and silver. Right now, the Shield is here on the home side at Cabell Midland. But Huntington's head coach Billy Seals is no stranger to this game, being his 16th year. But on the opposite end, Cabell Midland's coach John Ashworth walks out on the field for his first year guiding the Knights after spending 1 season as assistant coach. Question will be, who will be taking home the title for the Battle of the Shield?
Well, you know, they've met every year since the formation of Huntington High in 1996. Again, Midland was formed in 1994. They have met 4 times in the postseason, 97, 2014, 2018, 2021. Huntington defeated Cabell Midland 19-6 in 1997. Huntington won 28-21 in 14. Huntington defeated Midland 14-7 in 18, and Huntington defeated Midland 37-15 in the 2021 postseason encounter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
Billy Seals, 29th season of football overall, and 193 victories. Brian Holstein is our official tonight. Earlier this season, saw Steve Edwards Jr. collect win number 200, one of your old South teammates there, the South Cardinals of the North-South Football Classic back in the day, 1979. This is the last time we did a game together, Jim. We had that goal line stand in the North-South football game,
right.
that thriller there in South Charleston. So great to have you back, partner.
It's great to be back, and what an atmosphere for Friday night rivals. You just got to love it.
We've had a lot of fun this season. Didn't get to see it. Ravenswood, Kenny Bass and I did that battle of the hatchet, Red Devils and Vikings, and here is Dean. He wanted to throw, now Dean takes off with it, and they're going to grab him and take him down at the 25-yard line. That was the christening of the turf there at Spano Taylor Stadium at Flintfield in Ravenswood. Did that hatchet game on a Thursday night. We got a Thursday night game coming up this week ahead as Herbert Hoover and Wayne will get together. Just saw the Pioneers last weekend, so we're going to have Tommy Harmon's crew again. They were really beat up last week against Nitro. Nitro and Ripley are playing tonight. That's Kenny's alma mater, Nitro. So Kenny and I got a little thing going there for that game tonight. Vikings looking to stay undefeated. Under first-year head coach Ryan Simon, boy, that ball hit the would-be back right around the cleat area. And, that is a fumble, or they went for it.
Now what happened is, I don't know whether they actually possessed it or not, but it was kind of a scrum to get in there, and they didn't make the line to gain to get the first down.
Wow.
So turnover on downs. It's just kind of a rocket there. It looks like they did get the ball, but
was that Pauly that they were trying to get it to?
I think it was Landon Taylor was there.
Yeah.
To pounce on it, but not enough to get the first down, unfortunately.
Well, you got to go for it. You're trying something there,
and
but just the snap just did not cooperate. So back it goes to Huntington on the offensive side with 2:44 remaining here. Game about an hour old. Here's Avante Crawford, and Crawford still on his feet. Crawford takes it down to the 6-yard line. Looked like they had him, and then he just keeps going, takes it to the 6, and the Highlanders will operate in the University of Rio Grande red zone. So University of Charleston first down. 23-yard pickup. University of Charleston, our first down sponsor in the second and fourth quarters.
Yeah, Mark, a little bit. You see Avante Crawford pretty heavily wrapped right knee there, kind of favoring out a little bit. But if you look at cues in a game, you'll notice before that play happened, you'll see Crawford will reach back behind his back and wipe his hands. That's a sure sign that he's going to throw the ball, which is what he was intending to do there on that play.
And Crawford outstanding. Nice run there, and then trying to get it into the hands.
Zaw Jackson there back in the corner, and now there's a little bit of extracurricular going on there right at the goal line, but now we got flags flying everywhere.
Yeah. We'll get this all sorted out here with 1:55 to go before halftime. Each team with winning streaks of 4 in this game.
Number 77, Huntington. Dead ball on sportsmanlike. Number 77 of Huntington. That player's disqualified.
Ooh. That's wow. I don't think I've ever seen a double unsportsmanlike conduct on the same player thrown by 2 separate officials.
Well, you hate to see anybody lose, but lose out on getting to play this great game.
Down.
Jeremiah Lyles is 77. There's Crawford.
There's the play, so we're not going to see it on that end.
He was trying to get it to Jackson. So, sophomore, it'll be a learning moment for that young man, and that takes the football back to the 36-yard line. We had a Cabell Midlands player have his helmet come off.
Well, one of the things you can't do, even if you pancake a guy, Mark, you can't just lay on him. You have to have them have the ability to get back up, and I think that's part of what started this whole thing. So you see he kind of drags him down, then he lays on him.
Yeah, that's
when he's like he's swimming over top of him, so he's taunting him. Then he's got a little bit of an extracurricular with the elbow.
Yeah, that is.
Then he took his helmet off, said some few things. So
that's when that's when the play's over. That's when you got to
move on. Move on to the next play.
All right, Crawford. Speaking of the next play, he will take off with it. Avante Crawford will go down around the 22-yard line. Turner Bailey making the stop there. Bailey, the linebacker, young guy coming into his own, just really gained weight in the offseason, worked hard, and these Midland guys, they're tough. They work hard, and like right now it's early on in the season. I mean, you're 0-4 coming in. You're facing off with your rival, who's very talented, and hoping maybe tonight is the night. Long way to go in this one, but trying to see if you can get a stop here before the half comes to a close. Like to at least get out of here. Just staring at this 35-yard deficit, no more, and there is Avante Crawford, and shoots it in the direction of Wilson, who will make the grab. Wilson is a specimen.
Yeah, he is. Tavion Wilson, the junior, he's at 6'3", 210. I mean, he just looks like a football player.
His 6th reception of the season.
A great route run by Wilson, too, Mark. I mean, and of course, Crawford threw it right on the dime.
Clean Shelton checks into the defensive lineup here, and so it's going to be a field goal opportunity here. Be about a 32-yard attempt for Price. Out of the hold of Wilson. And Franks with the snap. Wilson with the hold. And that is good from 32 yards away. And you think about Price, he's been a nice addition because they had the Fulton Walker Award winner as their kicker in Johnny Ii.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure he picked up a few lessons from him.
So a lot coming up at halftime here on our FNR Game of the Week with our Huntington Mall halftime report. Take you around the schools, introduce you to our Downtown Ford Scholar Athletes of the Week, along with our Big Sandy Superstore check presentation. First half highlights on our Jacobs Law Firm stats. It's all heading your way on the Huntington Mall halftime report. The Huntington Mall, a destination for dining and entertainment. Our Mark A. Hunt and Associates scoring summary. Beautiful view up above of Knight Stadium. 5 plays, 14 yards, 2:03 off the clock, and it culminates with that gentleman there, Jordan Price, drilling a 32-yard field goal.
Huntington closing in, Mark, on their season average per game. They've been averaging 39.5 points a game and are almost there at the halftime mark. You know, part of that due to some mishaps and some fumbles and some miscues from the Cabell Midland Knights.
Price transferred in here to Huntington High. Boy, he's shown off that leg several times this season and will do so again. Just no chance for Dean, who's a playmaker, have an opportunity. Well, another flag. 2 flags coming out here. Last week,
I count 3 flags on the play.
7 flags, 55 yards against Huntington, 1 against Midland at the moment. So Brian Holstein and his crew will chat it up here again. Brian, 26 years. He's out of St. Albans, the white hat. He's going to give us the call here.
Dead ball, personal foul, Huntington. Dead ball, personal foul, Cabell Midland. Penalties offset, first down.
All right, Midland will have the football here, offsetting penalties here. Zach Hudson is the umpire, 2 years in the business. He's from Dunbar. Teray Johnson is the field judge, 6 years. He lives in Cross Lanes. Will Holland is the side judge out of Dunbar, 6 years. Matthew Vance, line judge, 7 years from Bell, West Virginia. And C.J. Terrell, linesman, 26 years from Dunbar. Midland with the football, trying to see if something positive can happen here as they close out this first half of play. And a nice piece of running there by the Knights' Andrew LaFawn.
Good piece of sportsmanship there by LaFawn, helping his would-be tackler up after a nice 8-yard gain.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Mark, that might be the longest yardage gain for Cabell Midland from scrimmage this half, 8 yards.
Caleb Kitchen is awaiting the call, but I don't think we're going to run another play here in this first half of action. So it's been Huntington High. Midland had a nice drive going, but unfortunate situation. They fumble the ball. Huntington takes it in. Big swing there to put the Highlanders up 21-0, and they have since built this lead to 38-0 as the teams will head to their respective locker rooms in this 33rd battle of the Shield between Huntington High and Cabell Midland High School. Cabell Midland with the Shield, and they lead the series 18-14. Waiting to get Hannah Klein with John Ashworth. Take it away, Hannah.
Just a little bit of turbulence in that first half. What do you hope to see at the end of this game or in the second half?
I just want my guys to keep fighting. You know, they're down, but we got to just keep looking for little wins and just keep building on it.
What's the message to those players in the locker room?
Don't quit. Fight till the end. Fight till that clock reads 0. That's the best we can do.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, Hannah, and many thanks to Class A head coach John Ashworth. Never easy to do those, but appreciate Coach Ashworth in his first season. And, you know, many victories within a game. That's what coaches are hoping for in a contest such as this one. But still have to play. We'll see what happens. Huntington on top, 38-0 at the break. And our halftime show begins right now.
Well, we're here at the Huntington Mall, one of the sponsors for Friday Night Rivals, and I'm actually here with Margie Valdez. She's the marketing director here at the mall. And you should tell me, this has been multiple years in a row. How awesome is it to be back?
It's great to be back. You know, I love all the local high schools and the students and the families that come here to the mall. So to be able to support this again is a really great thing.
And I know here at the mall, you guys have been expanding these last few months as well.
Yes, we've got so many new exciting additions we want people to come and check out, especially Dave & Buster's. You know, it's just a great place. What is it, to eat, watch, and play? Yep.
Awesome. Well, anything else you want to add? I always really want to focus on the community.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we do so much here at the mall, and if everybody wants to just visit huntingtonmall.com, we have events listed up through November now. So, yeah, we got a lot going on.
Awesome, Margie. Well, I appreciate you, and more Friday Night Rivals coming up after this. Well, this is a halftime interview brought to you by Big Sandy Superstore, and I'm here with Cabell Midland's athletic director, Jason Bakeston. Now, you have to tell me $500 going directly to the school. How awesome is this, knowing this?
It's amazing. We appreciate Friday Night Lights, Big Sandy, for donating for this. The money's going to go to a great cause for our athletic programs, so we are so appreciative.
And I know we were focusing earlier on the community, you know, seeing them get it ready for this game. How awesome is it seeing and knowing that this is going to go directly towards them?
It's amazing. It's just having a rival game like this, Battle for the Shield, it's always an amazing time for the communities.
Well, I appreciate you. And again, this is a halftime interview brought to you by Big Sandy Superstore.
All right, thank you, Hannah. First half numbers here, provided by the Jacobs Law Firm. And Huntington with 9 first downs to Midland's 4, rushing yards 178, passing yards 71. Midland nothing through the air thus far. Penalties, Huntington's been hit 7 times. Time of possession, well, Midland obviously some longer drives.
I always find the time of possession to be kind of a misnomer because it doesn't matter how long you hang on to the ball. It only matters what you do with the ball. So you can see there that they've got twice as much time with the ball, but they don't have any points to show for it. And the other thing I'm sure Billy Seals is going to be addressing his team at halftime is those 7 penalties for 55 yards, and he's not going to want that moving forward.
Attorney Pat Jacobs has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. So the teams getting back out here onto the field as we get set for this second half of action. And Mr. Holstein with Carson Gu, who is a player that Coach Ashworth just so high on, 5'10", 190, a senior. He says probably our best player, physical, just outstanding work and being a great leader. So as we are getting close to the start of this matchup, our title sponsor in the second half matchup, our title sponsor for these great games for the Highlanders, 33rd installment of the Battle of the Shield. And again, it's Cabell Midland with the Shield at the moment, and a lead of 18-14 in the series. Midland won last year 31-21. Again, Huntington in at 3-1. Wins over Hurricane, St. Albans, Riverside, lost to Martinsburg. Midland has dropped games to Ironton, George Washington, Spring Valley, and Hurricane. Billy Seals in his 16th season as Huntington's coach, and John Ashworth in his first year guiding the crew here in Ona. Well, Jim, you just have to come out and slug it out, and that's the message for both coaches.
Yeah, you got to put that half behind you. I mean, if you're going to look at the scoreboard the whole second half, your attitude's going to be down. You don't have any positivity. What Coach Ashworth's going to look for in this half is how well his kids play. He talked to Hannah about it at halftime. We don't want to see any quit. We want to see what you got in you, see what kind of grit you got in you. And I want to worry about the score. Let's take it one down at a time, and let's play to the last whistle till we get down to the zeros.
So Price will tee it up. Had a 32-yard field goal in the first half. 5 extra points. Keegan Sack, an 11-yard run. Zaw Jackson, 59-yard dash to the end zone. Tavian Chandler, a 49-yard fumble recovery. And it was touchdown by Jamari Tubbs. A little short pass. Keegan Sack had another TD, and then Price with the field goal of 32 to close out the scoring in that first half. So a big kick by Price to get it going, and Cabell Midland will start with the football. And again, Jim, you look for pauses. We heard Coach Ashworth talk about it heading into the locker room with Hannah. You just got to find small victories within a game. And, they had some of those in the first half, and they were moving that football. It was 14-0. And unfortunately, they had the fumble, and Chandler alertly picked it up, raced into the end zone. Another touchdown for Huntington High, and that just kind of, as far as you say the wheels came off, I don't say they came off, but it just, boy, what a big swing that was. So here we go, Knights with the football. Now they're going to spread it out here a little bit, and Duffy will hand it off and get it into Caleb Kitchen's arms there. And Caleb Kitchen is a 6'1", 205-pound junior. Good change of pace runner, according to Coach Ashworth. Billy Seals across the way, one of the principals at Huntington High School, assistant principal. Tennessee native. So it was a gain of 2 for Kitchen. Duffy looks, and Duffy goes down. He was looking for his receiver. I believe he was eyeing Dean, but down he goes, and not sure if he lost control of the football. Nonetheless, third down coming up.
Yeah, he had Dean on that slant out on the edge in that slot position, but when he was going to cock it, I think he kind of maybe over-squeezed the ball and lost a little bit, had to pounce on it. It's kind of been indicative of what we've seen from the Knights the whole first half, and now back in a hole here to start this third quarter. Not a direction they want to be in.
Both programs have played for state football championships. Huntington lost to Martinsburg, defeated Parkersburg South, and Midland has lost a couple of state championship games to Martinsburg. Duffy fired it quickly, and it falls incomplete.
And they had to fire it fairly quickly, Mark, because he was being pressured. He didn't get his receiver an opportunity to run through that because we had pressure from Wyatt Atkins, a 6'1", 275-pound defensive lineman. That senior was barreling down on him pretty quickly.
Dean was, again, the intended receiver. So after that OVP Health Kickoff, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. It's a quick series for the Knights, and now a different kicking situation. Gibson will punt it, and that one goes skyward, but into the Huntington High bench area.
Mark, I've always wondered how they actually figure out where that ball went out of bounds.
Well, Jim, earlier in this football season, we lost a great one in Woody Woodrum. Woody, longtime equipment manager at Marshall University, and then later got into the media business and called a lot of games and did a lot of talk shows. And I mean, he just became just as good in the media as he was running the show there as the equipment man at Marshall. Was honored with Distinguished Service Award by Marshall University. Proud moment for Woody. And well, here is a pass to Keegan Sack. Flag is out. Sack races to the end zone. We'll see if this flag holds up. We'll get back to Woody in just a moment here as Crawford just shot it out to Sack, and he turned on the Jets.
You really can't coach that speed, but we'll see what the penalty marker says.
Brian Holstein.
I'm 0 for 1, so I'm not going to make any predictions at this point.
It was a 42-yard score if it stands, but I don't think it's going to stand. They had a hold there, so drive back to the Highlanders, but back to Woody. And here's another look at the play.
Just a swing pass and just off to the races he heads. I mean, nobody with any distance to him.
Woody had worked that Martinsburg-Huntington game Friday night and came home and passed away that morning. And we all talked about how fitting it was, though, that Woody passed just hours after doing something he loved, which was calling the games, working the games. And it was the first Marshall home game last week against Western Michigan as Crawford goes to the air looking for Tubbs. Ball falls incomplete. So last Saturday was the first Marshall home game since Woody's passing, and lo and behold, they were playing Western Michigan. Woody was only gone from Marshall for 1 year, and the year he was gone, he worked at Western Michigan.
Yeah. You can't script that any better, Mark.
Grant Traylor said it best. How poetic.
Yep.
All right, it will bring up second down now here for the Highlanders. Going to get down to Hannah here in just a moment. One of our favorite places, the concession stand.
There you go.
Crawford, guns, catch made by Wilson. And finally taken down. Bryson Smith making the stop there. Well, I tell you, Wilson, he's a tough guy to bring down, and that's going to be a stay focused, don't drive distracted first down for the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. First downs, again, being sponsored in this third quarter and also in the first by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
10 first downs for Huntington.
Highlanders with 10 first downs. Crawford looking for another and finds Zod Jackson, and Jackson will make his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Highlanders. Touchdowns sponsored this season by the University of Rio Grande. There is something special about Rio. Here you'll find your place amongst friends and professors who want to see your success. Join the Rio family.
Yeah, it's all Jackson. Mark, he's a special player, and he's going to go up to WVU from what we know, and he's going to learn a lot, and he's going to see a lot, and he's got some really special skills that he could take to the next level.
Again, he has been honored 2 straight seasons with the Carl Lee Award, which goes to the top defensive back in the state of West Virginia. Kick is good. And another look here, Zod Jackson had to kind of come down for it, and Jackson then leaps his way into the end zone.
Yeah, just a little flare of those circle pattern.
All right, let's head down to Hannah Klein.
All right, Mark. So my favorite part about football is the food. Now I'm here with Erin. Erin is actually a parent here at Cabell Midland High School. Now you have to tell me, what exactly are all these funds right now going towards?
So we are the band booster parents. So our band is very active. They've won the state championship 12 years in a row. And all of the funds go towards their props, their costumes, their lessons, and all of those things. So
you have to tell me, it's super busy. So we're right in the peak right now. So what kind of food do you guys have in the concession stand?
Your normal everyday concession stand food. Hot dogs, hamburgers, we have house-made chili that goes on the fries and the hot dogs and that sort of thing.
What she's not talking about is there's also mozzarella sticks and funnel cake fries. So let's go ahead, let's try these mozzarella sticks, all right? Cheers! Awesome. Oh, yeah. All right, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Hannah. Looks good. We're back here on FNR in just a moment. Our scoring summary presented by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, attorneys at law. 4 plays, 42 yards, 58 ticks off the clock, and it ends with a 30-yard pass play. Avante Crawford to Zod Jackson. So it will be another OVP Health kickoff for the Highlanders, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians in Business since 1999. Here inside Knights Stadium on the campus of Cabell Midland High School. This is the site for the state cross-country meet each and every year. We had mentioned Chris Parsons before in the first half, and a great job he and his folks do. Now, Price, he's been hammering them.
Yeah, I think his leg's getting a little bit sore. He's got a field goal. He's made every point after touchdown, and every kickoff that he has kicked has made it to the end zone. Certainly had his work cut out for him this evening.
33rd meeting, and it's been all Huntington at 45-0 now. And Dean will watch that one sail into the end zone. Jody Cunningham is the principal at Huntington. Rob Archer, Carol Ward, Crystal Davis, John Atkins, and a guy named William Seals, and I believe that is Billy.
Billy.
Yeah. And
when he dons the football cap, it's Billy.
We have a running clock now, Jim, here at this moment.
Now, it's a new rule that the SSAC instilled of when you're up by 42 points or more in the third quarter, they'll run the clock, and then they regress that back to 35-point differential in the fourth quarter. They'll continue to run the clock.
All right, so the Knights with the football, and they spread it out again at Huntington Drive, Jim. We saw the Highlanders throw it 3 times. Here is the handoff, and Kitchen finding room. Caleb Kitchen darts to the 35-yard line, and that will be a first down. They stay focused. Don't drive distracted. First down from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
And Kitchen just, I'm pretty sure I'm accurate on this, that's their longest play from scrimmage tonight. A 14-yard gain.
Ball resting at the near hash. So Duffy is the QB. Operates from the gun. And I believe Billy Seals wants to talk something over, so let's head down to Hannah Klein. Hannah, take it away. Hannah's got some...
She's lost her CO2 gun, but she's using the real gun, her arm.
Get the FNR T-shirts. Of course, after our game here tonight, we will have our post-game show and be handing out the Champions of the Game trophy, which we'll talk about a bit later. So Highlanders returning to the field. And there is Hannah earlier in the day at the Pumpkin Festival.
She just looks good in just about anything she has on.
Oh, my goodness. That is priceless. Yeah, I had a pumpkin donut earlier this evening, Jim, and it was delicious. You and Robert do not know what you were missing.
Yeah.
You both were like little kids. You both, I don't like pumpkin. Okay, whatever. Here is a pass, and that is intended for LaFawn, and it falls incomplete. Now, when it comes to pumpkin pie, though, I cannot have it until Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I hold.
It's a Martin household rule.
I hold strong.
No pumpkin until Thanksgiving.
I hold strong, but my rule says nothing about pumpkin donuts.
It doesn't go with the pumpkin donuts or a pumpkin
shakes
or shake or a muffin or
turnovers,
anything like that.
Duffy. Lofting, Duffy, and a catch. No, it's going to be picked off. Huntington's Ethan Goodson comes away with it, and Goodson will be taken down at the 49-yard line. Boy, I thought that Duffy had LaFawn in stride, but how about Goodson And what a good play by Goodson.
He just fell it right into his hands. I mean, LaFawn looked like he ran a good pattern, but Goodson just came over. It's sophomore, Mark. He's just a young, so you saw him get up out of there and how excited he was. He was just playing free safety in the middle of the field and just picked it off.
And good job by LaFawn, not giving up on the play, and makes the tackle. So Highlanders will have the football at the 49-yard line. Again, they have met every year since the formation of Huntington High in 1996. Midland opened 2 years earlier. New players in the game, and for Huntington, Bryce Winkfield will get the call.
Trayvon Okonkwo back there. Or, I'm sorry, Mayshawn Okonkwo back at quarterback this time for the Highlanders.
Okonkwo will keep and continues to go forward there.
Covered a lot of ground.
Just a freshman, Jim.
Freshman. Covering a lot of ground with that stride, Mark. I mean, did a nice job reading his block and rolling out to the right.
Tonight's closed captioning is exclusively brought to you by the Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia's personal injury victims since 1974. So that was a first down. A stay focused, don't drive, distract, a first down from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. Okonkwo will hand it to Winkfield, and Winkfield churns. Ball is loose, but I believe Winkfield was down at the 25-yard line.
It appears that the officials were motioning that the ball was down on contact. Said it will stay in possession of the Highlanders. And yet another first down for Huntington.
In this series, 4 consecutive shutouts. Midland had 3 of those, and Huntington had 1. And those are the only shutouts of the series. Although we do have one possibly brewing here, Midland would like to change that. Nice, hard running again by Winkfield.
Yeah, Winkfield's taking some real estate here in this third quarter on that running clock again. 3:22 in the third quarter.
Well, Winkfield, very talented, 5'10", 185, a junior, starts on defense. And Billy Seals has the luxury of several outstanding players that they can get the ball in to the hands of a lot of different weapons. Well, they have entered the Glenville State University red zone, and here's the pitch, and Midland does a nice job defensively there on the play as
it's like Eli Thompson
on the attack.
81, defensive end.
So we had Trayvon Okonkwo with the carry. The pitch to the brother, and
the brother's in the backfield.
Okonkwo again and slithering his way inside the 15-yard line. Here we go back to 2003, and Cabell Midland defeated Huntington 30-0. Huntington came back in the next season. And defeated Midland 19-3. So games at, I should say, those 4 in a row were all played here at Midland. So the 03 game, 06, 08, 09. Again in that MSAC, there are years in which teams will host a school consecutively. So Huntington on the move here. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 9. The Quanco brothers now going to have a ball carrier, and that's going to be Andres Reese. And Reese bolted out of bounds on the far side as we are under a minute to go here in this third quarter of play with Huntington in control.
And as we expected, Coach Seals platooning his players in, playing a lot of those younger kids. Reese is another sophomore to get his hands on the ball. We saw there earlier that good pickoff from number 14, Ethan Goodson, on the pass.
It was all set up by that interception. Whistles, the flag comes out, and clock continues to run here. And a false start against the Highlanders.
That should take us to the end of the third quarter, Mark.
Indeed, it does. Away we go to the fourth. Huntington High, Cabell Midland meeting for the 33rd time. Highlanders in control in Ona.
We're here at West Virginia State Police Academy. Now, I'm actually here with Sergeant Allen. They are one of the sponsors here for Friday Night Rivals. Now, this is the first year you guys are sponsors. Why is this so important?
It's a big recruiting year for us. We just kicked off our campaign for the 74th Cadet class. Testing starts next month.
And then tell me the benefits in doing this.
We got pretty good benefits. We start at $61,000 a year pay, great health insurance, great retirement, and a good family environment to work in.
And how many weeks does this usually take?
It's a 24-week academy, and then you're assigned your duty station.
Awesome. You were telling me it's really like a family here. Why were you saying that?
We take care of each other. We're here for each other, and we take care of the state of West Virginia really well.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, and guys, I'll go ahead and sit it back.
All right, thank you so much, Hannah, as we get this fourth quarter underway. It will be an 8-minute quarter, so already chipped off almost the first minute here. Huntington with the football, leading it 45-0.
Second down, we did have a play around the left side, a gain of about 3 or 4.
Okonkwo with the football, running, looking, and in trouble, and being chased there, and gets it away. Ball is caught, and it's a touchdown for the Highlanders.
Wow.
I believe the snag was made.
43 mark, Max Brohan.
Yeah, it was in a high traffic area.
It's more of a almost like a Hail Mary. It was a 4th down play, by the way. It was 4th and 6, so you really didn't have anything to lose. Just throw it up. If you're intercepted, then away you go.
Price is the kicker. He's had a busy night. Has a field goal and delivers yet another extra point. Tonight's Smile Cam is brought to you exclusively by Kolaski Orthodontics, where your perfect smile begins.
Go with this, not that, because you got to factor in the time that they took.
6:28 to go here in the football game. Our Mark A. Hunt and Associates scoring summary: 10 plays, 51 yards, 8 minutes. Elapsing on that drive. Huntington will bring us another OVP Health Kickoff, in business since 1999.
Well, Coach Ashworth is probably, biggest thing he's had, play to the end of the game, play to the last whistle, trying to get some points on the board. Coach Seals on the other side, they just had a shutout against Riverside, beat them 47-0 last week, trying to go to back-to-back shutouts here. Of course, they did have an open week last week before they played Cabell Midland, so trying to get back-to-back shutouts for that defense. And Coach Ashworth is just hoping his kids could just get some little victories here at the last part of this game.
Huntington with a big game coming up against Spring Valley. Price hammers this one. Well, you think about Huntington, and the first coach in Huntington High history was the late, great Bob Sang. Tonight's closed captioning is exclusively brought to you by the Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia's personal injury victims since 1974. So the stadium there at Huntington High, which we've had the pleasure of doing FNR games, Bob Sang Stadium. There, Coach Sang passed away a few years back. Willie Wilson, one of his quarterbacks at Huntington East, came up and talked to us earlier. Willie is part of the coaching staff at Huntington High School. Coach Sang coached from 1951 through 2000, following his playing career at Marshall, where he played for the legend Cam Henderson. He coached at Ashland, Gallia Academy, Old Huntington High, the Pony Express, Huntington East, and the current Huntington High School.
A legend.
He was also a wrestling coach, Jim, at one time. Man wide open. This one should result and a touchdown, and it will. Jeffrey Lewis. Scores the Midland touchdown. It was a bad snap, and Duffy, good heads-up play.
You know, rolling out to his left, Mark, and he's a righty, so he's got to stop and turn his body. Found Lewis completely uncontested going down the left side of the out-of-bounds line.
80-yard score, Duffy to Lewis. Lewis, 6'1", 180, a senior. Coach Ashworth says he's my do-it-all guy. You know, one of the guys that Coach sang, guided in wrestling, Bill Archer.
Is that right? Wow.
Whose son, Rob, is one of the assistant principals at Huntington High and a former wrestling coach. And the extra point by LaFawn is good. Another look. A nice play by Duffy Lewis. It's behind the defenders, off to the races, and Midland on the board here in this fourth quarter, 52-7 on FNR. Well, Billy Seals has had some great players, Jim, at Huntington High, and had this young prospect by the name of Darnell Wright. What a specimen he was as an offensive and defensive lineman. And, you know, he just had that look of the major college lineman. So then he chose to become a Tennessee Volunteer at his signing day. Had to adjust that hat a little bit, and now he is a member of the Chicago Bears in the National Football League. So, Coach Seals, all of us very proud of that young man, and you know, just making kids believe in West Virginia. Yards for Midland before that play, 42, and that TD
just about
completion, 80. And the interesting thing is we also bring you our scoring summary, which is I could calculate it. I didn't even need Robert for this.
Didn't need Robert
One
at all.
play, 80 yards.
146.
Yeah. So the neat thing about Darnell, another aspect of that is there's another West Virginia high school football product on that Bears team, Tyson Bagent, the quarterback out of Martinsburg. So you got two West Virginians on that team. Tyson had that incredible career at Shepherd University. All right, so there's LaFawn, OVP Health kickoff from Midland. And LaFawn, he's got a powerful leg too, and that one drops right there near the goal line.
I've really been impressed by these kickers.
Yeah,
Mark.
no
They've done
doubt.
a really nice job, especially the kickoffs and the points after touchdown. Field goal there by Jordan Price. Nice job by him. Takes a lot of work. You talk about, I know you recognize the snapper, the holder, and the kicker, because it takes all three of those guys to get that thing going.
You know, it's so neat. You know, we were talking about these young men from West Virginia. There's not a lot of high schools in the state, but for the ones who are here and you work hard, you believe. Now, they all may not go to the NFL, but, you know, there are opportunities out there. Just got to keep playing hard, working hard, and
people
see what
West
happens.
Virginia gets a bad rap for not having a lot of talent, but you know, I could name a few of them that's made it to the all. You know, Randy Moss, All Pro. I mean, there's been many players in West Virginia that have played in the NFL and have had an impact. So, you know, people think that there isn't talent in our state, and I would beg to differ.
Yeah, Kurt Warner, well, not just one prize, but two here tonight. Of course, the Shield, and then our Champions of the Game trophy. Champions of the Game trophy provided all season long by the great folks at Tri-State Trophy in nearby Barbersville right here. Tri-State Trophy also provides our plaques for the Downtown Ford Scholar athletes. Handed off and zipping through traffic for the Highlanders. Looks like it was 18. And again, back to the Aquanquo brothers and our closed captioning tonight. Our streaming sponsor is Jan Dills. We won't take no for an answer. Our streaming sponsor of our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports. Get this running clock here, short and quarter. Get in all of our great sponsors here tonight. Aquanquo again on the carry there. Well, it was just one of those nights. Huntington came in at 3-1. Lone loss was to Martinsburg. Midland still trying to find itself, changing coaching, and, Coach Ashworth trying to put his stamp on it. Big Sandy Superstore donates $500 to the home school for hosting Friday Night Rivals, and they are the one-stop shop for all of your home furnishings and appliance needs. And, of course, we'll have our Big Sandy Superstore play of the game coming up. Now, Aquanquo bangs down there at the 50. Took a big lick there. This time is winding down. See the passing yards and the rushing yards. Huntington with 17 first downs. Attorney Pat Jacobs has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. Our sponsor tonight, again, our fourth quarter first down sponsor here, the University of Charleston. Great to have those folks with us. University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant, be a part of the fastest growing institution in West Virginia, looking to stay undefeated tomorrow as they go up against the Pioneers of Glenville State University. So that is going to do it. 33rd meeting in this Battle of the Shield, and it is the Highlanders of Huntington High coming away victorious 52-7. Series now 18-15 in favor of Midland. Billy Sills, 40 years old, has his team at 4-1, and John Ashworth still searching for that first victory of his head coaching career for Midland. He's going to find it sooner rather than later.
He will. There's some games on that schedule left, Mark, if they can keep their attitude positive and keep those kids healthy, where they can really be competitive and win some games.
Billy Seals was 0-10 his first season, Jim. And
yeah.
You see what an incredible career he has
Absolutely.
had as the leader of the Highlander program. Well, the Shield has returned to Huntington High School. Well, that's it. 52-7, our final score. Post-game coverage coming up here from Knight Stadium in Ona on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Gaisford corner. That pass high and caught. One-handed catch.
Under the rain that has been steady since kickoff, and it's a fake. It's a fake running up the middle, and with the first down is Omeza Danian. Some trickery on special teams, and Green Hill converts.
On their own 3-yard line. Judkins, it hit hard, right in the hands of Landon Crozier for the Big Red touchdown.
Oh, right place, right time, man. Great defensive play.
Coordinator's thinking 2 plays here. Ball's on the ground. Vogel's trying to make something out of nothing, and does. He's still on his feet. Vogel to the 15, to the 10. Touchdown, Vogel! Talk about stick-to-itiveness. That play was blown up, and that young man just wouldn't give up.
Field goal attempt. If they're inside, they'll probably go for it a third time, James.
Compton trying to find a way, and he's going to run out of defenders. He still has the football. Throw it into the end zone. Is it a catch? They call it a catch.
Balance anymore.
Big Sandy Superstore donates $500 to the home school for hosting Friday Night Rivals, and they are the one-stop shop for all of your home furnishings and appliance needs. And our play of the game, WVU recruit Azad Jackson. He went one way, and then decides to go the other way, and it results in a 59-yard touchdown run. Our Big Sandy Superstore play of the game as Huntington wins it, and it was a busted play to start with. Zavante Crawford was looking for it. He wasn't there, and Crawford got a good blocker, too. 52-7, Huntington wins it in the Battle of the Shield. Hannah Klein down below with the victorious Highlanders. Take it away, Hannah.
Well, Coach, this is a game that's rich in history. Tell me, what does it mean to bring back, since 2022 was the last time that the Battle of the Shield was at Huntington High, what does it mean to bring that back home?
Yeah, I think it's important for our program. It's a great rivalry. You know, it's always been really competitive. You know, this year we kind of had the upper hand on them. But, you know, this senior class is 4-1 against Midland over the last 4 years. So, you know, really proud of them and moving on to the next one.
As a coach, from the outside looking in on my end, I think communication during this game plays a huge role. What have you seen with those changes from maybe the first season to now?
Yeah, I think we just continue to get better each and every week, continue to work hard, be coachable. You know, we're going to make mistakes, but make them full speed. And it's got to be a little more discipline. I thought we had too many penalties tonight. But, you know, proud of our guys. Anytime you're 1-0 at the end of the week, you're happy.
Well, I want to be the first to congratulate you. Congratulations, Battle of the Shields, but also FNR Champions of the Week twice. Let me hear it for you guys.
All right, thank you, Hannah. Congratulations to Billy Seals and his Highlanders. Yeah, they won 2 of those bad boys this season, and they are now 4-1 on the campaign, and they will play Spring Valley next week. Meanwhile, Cabell Midland will be on the road. They'll head to the Eastern Panhandle to face off with the Applemen of Musselman. Jim, final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, good job from Cabell Midland fighting there at the end, putting some points on the board so Coach Ashworth can look forward to something positive next week as they go in the Eastern Panhandle. You heard what Billy Seal said. He didn't like the penalties, but he liked their effort. So, they're moving forward and up in ranks.
All right, Jim, and glad you're feeling better, my man, and nice to have you back here. Great job by Hannah and our wonderful crew, Robert Stegall, our outstanding statistician here tonight. So, in this installment of FNR Battle of the Shield, and it's Huntington on the road, and they win here at Knight Stadium over the Cabell Midland Knights, and a final of 52-7. So for Jim Mahan, Hannah Klein, our great FNR crew, this is Mark Martin. We say so long from Knight Stadium here on the campus of Cabell Midland High School in Ona. We thank you for watching the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports.